such an asshole.
We do not have a request. We have a field report. So if any of you guys I like the dating field report. I like because, I have to go through my own people. But if you guys go on dates, good or bad or in between, I'd really appreciate you sending. Of course, I'm going to charge you. Of course. My time, but I'd like to. Well, you don't know that for a fact. Well, we're quickly gathering facts now, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, hang on. So we have a field report. This is the good news. It's not a shock to me or anyone who might have worked for a living. Anonymous writes, "Hi, Cappy. I've been a longtime viewer of your channel and reader of your books. Notably enjoyed The Decline is my favorite. You make me wonder if you're British. You spelled it favorite. My request contains two parts. I want to give a field report as a single guy in his late 20s who goes out to bars and parties with his friends so I could share what has worked for me when trying to get the girls. I could tell within 5 to 10 minutes whether or not a woman finds me attractive. 5 to 10 minutes? It takes you that long? Usually it's like 10 seconds you got an idea. The things I've noticed over the past 5+ years that have made me more attractive towards women are improve. Everybody sitting down. Everyone get their fainting couch. Here we go. Get your sitting down chair. This is going to be, as Better Bachelor says, shocking. Improved physical appearance. Martial arts weight training and quality of life medical procedures like braces, laser eye surgery have made me noticeably more attractive to women. In particular, weightlifting has not only helped with muscle growth, but also improved my posture, stamina, and gave my face a much more masculinized facial structure. Being well-dressed and well-groomed helps too." There it is. It is not, I know we pick on the recent economists and not the red pill, the mainstream media journalists. I don't know why men aren't working. Why we're all the working men. The men aren't working. Oh, nosies. Who's going to pay the taxes? Hang on, I'm coming in hot a little. And I'm like, and I always say, fat chicks with tattoos and other men's children. We could come up with a litany of other reasons. Those are the main three. Gee, I don't know why men aren't showing up for work. Larry Summers, Lawrence Summers, Dr. Lawrence Summers, Lawrence Jameson. Yes. Just these old washed up boomers like, I don't know. Don't you have a PhD, man? Like back in the day when it meant something, you're so old. And you guys have got to be honest this time. Well, I don't know why I can't get the girls. Like, you're fat and you don't work out. There it is. Having some game. This one is pretty obvious. I see a lot of guys simp and hover around women all the time. It hurts to watch. Yeah, you kind of, I don't know how you approach it. I'm sure every guy has a slightly different tactic. I was always in and out. Like, don't lollygag unless I was like stuck at a party or sitting at a place where I was going to be for a while and a girl happened to be next to me. Then I'd chit chat. But usually I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, all right. Oh, I got to get going because I don't want to sit there and talk to him. I don't. Nope. Not a lot bar. You want to go? Yeah, here's my number. Did you give your number? Get their number. I gave my number so I didn't have to worry about it. And you know what? They self-selected out. Just a little technique. You guys could use it if you want. I know a lot of guys be like, well, you should get her number. I know it's something different now. Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is. I don't know what it is now. I always like, oh, yeah, here's my number. This is back in the day. You'd write down the number. Let me give you my number. Yeah, give me a call sometime. This is also when we called people. We didn't text. But yeah, get in there, get your business done, and get out. Confidence. My hobbies require time and effort to develop proficiency. Nothing builds more confidence than doing difficult stuff. Women sense the confidence, and it gets them excited. I'm not going to disagree with you there. I'm curious, though, how you exuded confidence, because now this is not a concrete, visually identifiable thing. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Um, I guess maybe it's more of a question for myself, how I've always wondered, well, how do you exude confidence? Obviously, when I taught dance classes or I was a economics teacher, a statistics professor, yeah, obviously I had confidence. Obviously, when I was on the dance floor, like, yeah. But then going up individually with women, like confidence, I don't know. I think the lack of fear, your IDGAF attitude. How you doing? Yeah, you want to dance? All right, see you. Bye. Uh, I guess maybe they sense confidence. I would suggest maybe it's they smell the lack of fear, or they can observe the lack of fear, or your comfort. I guess confidence. Yeah. Could we say confidence is the lack of fear or the absence of fear? Being funny. This one works 60% of the time, all the time. I've definitely made lighthearted jokes. You do not know how right you are about being funny. I've definitely made some lighthearted jokes towards women that have offended them and sent them storming off, which is quite entertaining. However, a majority of women can appreciate a good sense of humor. You got to get good humor. You don't want to send them storming off, like, not necessarily crass jokes, but cute, flirtatious things. And everyone, how do I be funny? It depends on the environment. Like, you got to be witty and pay attention to what's being said, and then you demonstrate how intelligent you are by saying something clever that has a funny punchline. I can't give you an example because I would need a situation and a setup. But okay, some standard ones. Let me give you some standard ones, okay? Of course, this probably only work on older gals, but you come in like, what is this, a beauty pageant? What's going on here? That's pretty easy one. Pretty easy one. You know, this presumes the girl even knows who Sophia Loren is. Like, wow, Sophia, are you Sophia Loren? Oh, you'll do. That's a little aggressive. I can't unless there's an environment. Unless you get something to work with, you need ingredients to make a joke. But you are right. Being humorous and lighthearted is, yes. Being a good conversationalist. Holy cow, do women like talking about themselves? And how do you be a good conversation? You hit it right there. Women like talking about themselves. Everybody likes talking about themselves. Heck, this was in Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. There's an entire chapter there, but I knew this intuitively, reverse engineering. My old man helped me with this. People would say, oh, wow, he was a great conversationalist. Oh, that guy's a really great guy. And I remember being at a party or this place or that place, and like, I didn't say anything. All I did was ask about them, their job, and logical follow-up questions that even if I wasn't interested in their sales job. What's that like being a salesman? What's that like being an elementary teacher? I only saw it from the student angle. I don't mention my opinion about teachers at that point in time. You always ask people. That's not only good for dating, that's good for general just socializing and getting ahead in life. Like, you almost don't exist. I have several videos in the past where it's like, okay, for every question you ask someone, you could say one thing about yourself, but it has to be related to the topic of conversation and it has to be germane. Like, it has to, it can't, and then you continue asking people about themselves. And then people will think you're the greatest guy. And the irony is, they don't know you. They could say one darn thing about you. It's just that you listen to them and you let them talk about themselves. That's it. And you're a great guy. You could murder little children in your basement. They'll still think you're a great guy because all you did was talk about them. They never asked you about the children in your basement. See? So, and you think about that, a lot of, what are those charismatic psychopaths? I wonder how much of that is the same thing. Like, you're not picking up on some of the warning signs that this person is displaying, and they're just so charismatic. Why? Because they're talking about you. They never talk about themselves. Yeah, all great things. You are 100% correct. 90% of it is getting in shape. So 90% of it. And also you are courageous enough to talk to girls. That's another thing. So that's good. 2, I want your opinion on the surprising number of women who go out to bars to hook up. You're asking the wrong guy. It's been ages I've gone to a bar to hook up or pick up. I'm not complaining, but I've had more luck bringing a girl home for the night than actually going on a date with them. That is, who is it? I forgot. It's not Elkins. It was somebody else, and it's the same. Yes, they're not going on dates. They are getting more hookups. There's not a lot, but they're going on hookups. The date, is this because most men are so unattractive that being slightly above average puts you leagues above most men? In part that. Okay, let's go through the whole thing. Most men are unattractive that being slightly above average puts you leagues above most men, or most men just basically sex objects to women. Again, not complaining. I asked you where you are. You're in a college town. You're in great shape. You're right in your prime. It's not most men. Okay. Most men are unattractive. Most men have become what women wanted: Democrats, socialists, soy boys, right? And they're pussies, generally speaking. And it's no longer the top 20%. I'm going to guess with your discipline, your work ethic, you are a top 5% or at least top 10% guy. Okay. I'm also going to throw in, because it's not a complex formula. It is a magic formula, but it's not a secret. But you're putting in the work. You're doing the work. You do the physical thing. You're dressed up nice. You are approaching them and talking to them. You are like manna from heaven for these women. So I think your experiences are unique. They're not the norm. The normal guy, you've seen him. He goes to the bar. He's sheepish and shy. He sits there. He doesn't make his play. And even if he did make his play, most of the girls are not attracted to him because he's squarely a 5 or a 4 or 6 or whatever. And so I think, and let's also talk about, you're in a college town. These girls are not in the market to get married or get serious. And women want to have sex too. Now, keep in mind, everyone says, oh, Aaron says women hate men. I did not say that. I say very clearly, women do not like men as much as men like women. They just don't like you that much. They like you, just not that much. And women also like sex. Do they like sex as much as men? Nowhere near. Nowhere near. But they do like sex. And they like sex more if it's the guy that can rock their world. Absolutely. And so I think you're the planets have aligned in terms of your environment, your age, your timing, your effort you have put into this. That may be your experience. Yeah, I'm not complaining, but I've had more luck bringing a girl home for the night than actually going on a date with them. Yes, I think that's because these girls are not, especially at that age, college age, 20-something, they're not interested in settling down. Now, I have a guy like you, one of my Australian agents in the fields. He's more my age, and I won't say what he does, but he is incredibly successful. We're talking, I don't think you could get more successful than this guy. We're talking, you have to become like an astronaut. I'm trying to think anything better than what he is, and I don't want to dare say what he is. Astronaut, rancher, it's something, race car driver. That's the leagues that this guy profession is in. A little bit older than me, but he is jacked. This guy's in great shape. And he's got a couple decades on you. And so you're like, oh, they're just going home for sleepy, happy, fun time. They don't want to commit. Right at that age. At his age, he faces problems where the women are now ready to settle down and they finally found their Prince Charming. Never mind, he's like 1/100th of the top 1% of men, and he has no intention of settling down with these women. These women are completely, they want the commitment. Now they'll take the sex, but they're like, hey, now it's time you propose to me. Now we're boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Because I granted you access to the hoo-ha, right? Now you're mine. And when he says no, him and some other people you may know, then it's like, why am I tire slashed? Why is my window broken? Why is she falsely accusing me of things? Because the women have changed. They're older now. They're ready to settle down. And now they finally found their one. And what the fear is that the guy just, well, I just want to have sex. I don't want to like commit to you. But this is mine. This is in their mind. You have to understand, they don't think other people exist. They really don't. They don't think other people exist. They were having fun banging the guys like you when they were younger. Now it's time to get serious. And there's almost a fatism, like the universe or God or whatever. Someday my prince will come. They believe it. This is here he is. This is the one. To the point, like, this is my ship. My ship has come in. It's like your ship has its own brain. It's not a ship. It's a human being. It's a guy, and he'll have sex with you, but he doesn't want to commit. And then they freak the F out because now it's the first time it's ever been proposed to them in their mind that, well, maybe you're not going to get this guy. Maybe your ship won't come in. Maybe your ship has its own mind. And that's where I got punched. I think that gal was like 28, 29. Epiphany stage. And I said, no, I don't want to sleep with you anymore. Pow. That makes sense. He's older. I'm sure I'm older, but that's where the stalkers come in and yelling and screaming, how dare you put baby in a corner? So enjoy it while it lasts, buddy. Enjoy it. Another 10 years. What do you mean? Hey, look, if they're not calling you back, I call that a win. All right. You got free play. No, where's he going? I mean, just be happy. All right. So yeah, are men just basically sex objects to women? At a certain stage, yes. I mean, I remember there was plenty that happened. Yeah, back when I was maybe even a little bit younger than you. That was very common. You'd go out, everything was great, you'd have sex, and then just they left. God, now that I think about it, yeah, there was a lot of girls like that. I think they're just having fun. They're just playing the field. They're riding that carousel. And enjoy it while it lasts. Stay in that town. Just stay there. I would forecast that in, well, I mean, as long as you stay in that age range, you'll be fine. But I have a feeling that once you hit 40, the women are like, where's this going? Wait a minute, it's going. This is where it is. We've arrived. This is where it is. You have reached your destination. This is where it is going. I'll show you. I'll stab your tires. That makes sense. Yeah, so you are late 20s, software engineer, making the 6 fig, you live in a top college town. You are in good shape, but I'm not going to mention any other traits about you because my hobbies include martial arts, weight training, firearms, reading, playing with computers, video games. Look at you go. Let me know if you need more information, context. Let me know what your fee is. Before you suggest hiring a pro, a friend of mine has done it a few times, gets the job done. I recommend hiring a pro once you don't have the time to go out and play the games. That's it. That's what I recommend you do. It almost has nothing to do with your looks or how much money you make. It actually has more to do with the money, because if you're making $500,000, you do not have time to be sitting there like, hey, so what are you studying? Oh, that's really interesting. Journalism. Oh, wow. Where would it go? Your opinion surprising a woman to go out to bars. Okay, so we answered that. Just trying to be thorough. Yeah, dude. Welcome to what happens when you put in the work. Welcome. All right, there you go. That's it. Yes, you did the work. And I'd like to point out to everyone who's look, looks is one thing. You have to go out and get shot down. That's why I asked. Okay, here we go. My follow-up questions. I said, I guess my only other question would be, how many women do you talk to, say, in a month? I would say anywhere between 10 to 15 per month. That's one every other day. Here it is, the book of Numbers. The last chapter reverse engineers all the numbers. And yes, you have to be a certain looks. Yes, you have to be in physical shape. The number one variable was how many girls you asked out. This guy's doing one every other day. One every other day. There it is. The work. That excludes female friends and acquaintances. When it comes to women I take home, I would say it depends on the bar venue. Within the past months, I've gone out 3 times on the weekend and brought home someone twice. This isn't a super common occurrence. Well, right, but they said it back. It's a sales game. It's a numbers game. It's been a numbers game. It will remain a numbers game. But don't go to battle unless you got a gun. And your gun should be your looks and your charm and your charisma. You're going to war, son, and you're doing it. I mean, it's kind of like baseball. You know, someone who's got a batting average of 300, you're doing real good. I should also add, I work from home and I don't meet a lot of women through my hobbies. Well, duh. I used to attend dance socials and take bachata lessons. Oh, I hate bachata. Dude, no wonder you got laid all the time. Girls like the bachata. That's like watching a chick flick. Yeah, I hate bachata. Where there are a lot of attractive, but women love the bachata. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I'll do anything. I mean, I can do it, but I hate it. Plink, the link, ding, 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 the link, ding, 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 ding. Step, step, hip. Step, step, hip. Girls. Hey, I'm going to go to church. You have fun with that. But you might get your peen touched. No, not if it requires bachata. People, just so you know, guys, in fairness, it's me. It's my personal taste. I hate that dance. I hate it. That is not to dissuade any of you guys out there from doing it. I would go take bachata lessons if you can handle the plink ding 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 plink ding 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 ding. You can handle that. Like, that doesn't bother you somehow. It's a great way to get to the girls. Yeah, I just no. And what are these girls on a scale of 1 to 10? 7, 8, 6s. Forgot to mention that. I would say the ones I talk to bring home are 7s and above. No fat chicks for me. Yep. There you go. Yep. I wanted to bring that out to point out to the other guys. You, sir, are no doubt a linear 10, maybe a Gaussian 9. All right. You're up there. You are not bringing home the 9s and the 10s. You are bringing maybe the occasional 9 and 10, but mostly 7s and 8s. You're going a little bit below your rate. Just want to point that out to the boys as well. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. There it is. The man who did the work. What is the work? We just went through what the work was. He did the work. He went to the gym and he asked girls out and he put the effort into trying to being charming and charismatic and enjoyable. And that's it. There you go. Man, did you do the work? You took bachata lessons. Oh my God. I salute you, sir. Oh. All right. What we got? Let's go to the super chats. 175. Subscribe. We're so close to 100,000, guys. Aaron, what happens at 100,000? Well, I get a plastic trinket and then I stop asking you to subscribe. All right. Let's go to super chats if we have any here. Sarah Mahmood. Oh, look, Sarah gave me $5. I feel so happy. And she did donate another 5 in the comments section. Sarah's a nice, sweet girl. I thought she was running off with Chad Elkins when she donated money to him and never donated money to Cappy. Now I got my $5. I feel wanted. I feel loved. Thank you, Sarah. Hatton Clogs, $5. Should I get out of bed, play video games, watch anime, eat food, and read manga? Yes to all the above. I'm on one of those days. I got a little bit of work to do here. I got a show to do with Ryan Stone. We're recording it. We're not going to be going live. I don't know why. He's in charge of it. He has his reasons. But I'm just going to, I'm going to go get coffee in town. Like the ground up. I got to go get coffee. I gotta go pick up a $40 freaking pie. I have the great one coming over for dinner later tonight. I'm like, when they said $40 for a pie, I'm like, I'm never shopping here again. I'm just like, no. That pie better have Anne Margaret from 1960 willing to be my personal sex slave. You just better pop out in a bikini and like, oh my God, Aaron. Hey, let's get to it. We're not doing bachata. But yeah, I think it's one of those days I'd like to have. I think I'll just binge on some podcasting. Vicky, what is bachata? Vicky, go look it up. Just watch a video. It's a Latin dance. Very common in salsa dancing clubs. It's a different type of dance. You can hear a different type of beat. and you do step, step, hip. You raise your men and women get together. They interlock their legs. All right. So you're hooked up. My right hip is more or less connected to her right hip. Legs interlocked. Right. Got me so far. Regular standard closed dance position. Holding, and you don't have to. You just start that way, and you just shuffle. Step, step, hip. You raise your hip. Her right, your left, and then step, step, hip. Your left, his right. In your case. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the gayest dance ever. And when the music annoys me, and then when that music has a very unique kind of sound, it's a bit different from, say, it's certainly different from a tango, salsa, different from rumba. What's the one I'm looking for? It's just stepping in place. Why can't I think of that? Not merengue. It's the bachata has a unique sound, and then every the middle school girl comes out of every woman, no matter what her age, and they squeal like bachata, and it's kind of like the Macarena. Like, oh, the stupid people are dancing now, and I'm like, nope, mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Did it a couple times. Like, let's do the bachata. Why don't you take that guy home? Literally, you could say this girl will go home with you if you do but the child. Otherwise, you're gonna go home with that guy who's gonna boo. But I guess he gets her. I guess I go home. Yeah, but just watch videos. You'll see it. And it can get really creative. It's not me. It just isn't me. But whoa, where's all the super chats coming from? What's happening, guys? Who knew? Sonny Ballin won $27.27. Thank you very much for the generous and unique numeric donation. Thanks for what you do. Came across you from Fresh and Fit. Oh, just last week? Was it last week you tuned in? Or no, ones, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. They're up to 1 million, and thanks for the donation. It's very kind of you. Glad to help. Hadden Clogs. Whoa, Hadden Clogs. What you found for the pie? Look who cares. Look who deep down inside cares. What a guy. What a guy. Still donate $50 to chat. Hey, weather's going to be pretty nice down there, right? Hiking season's picking up. It's got to be kind of nice, I'd imagine. Pedro, $5. In your dancing experience, did you see a trend of the feminists trying to back lead and stopping in the middle of the song to correct you? Yes and no. It wasn't even feminist. It's just female nature. Because when I taught dance class, women, they do. God, I should write a book about male-female dynamics, feminist or not, or almost. Women have this compunction that they're unaware of to lead or make sure that their partner, husband, boyfriend, whoever, does it right. And instead of just shutting the F up and doing their job, which is to follow, they will abandon that, screw up following, and then yell at the guy or try to tell him what to do when he is trying his hardest to just get the beat. And so when I would first class, I would nip that in the bud because women just want to help. And I'm like, ladies, what happens when you open your mouth and start telling your husband what to do? Oh, what are you doing? We're leading. Yeah. What are you not doing? Oh, we're not following. Yeah. What happens to the dance? Oh, and I want to say, and that goes for everything else in life. Shut up. Shut the F up. Watch what happens. Do what he says to do. See what happens. So I don't think it had anything to do with the politics, whether they're feminists. It's just this female hardwired nature to get up into your ass and make your job already more difficult when you. And so, it was not. I don't think it's a feminist thing. Now, maybe it's more pronounced now. I haven't gone dancing in quite some time. I know the SJWs have taken over, and now literally the problem is, well, who leads and who follows? There is no male, no female. I've even known of several dance venues where for ballroom dancing type of stuff, not boom chicka boom. Where it stinks because you got all your nerd guys who are afraid to talk to girls. They think this is a way to get to know girls, which it is, but it's been taken over by SJW. So it literally stinks. Smells like patchouli and BO. Great. So maybe there is some kind of backlash there, but if you go to a dance class where there is structured dancing, most people know how to dance. Women know how to follow. And if a guy doesn't know how to lead, usually because he's a beginner, doesn't know, is just starting out, women will not force lead or back lead because they know how to follow. That's the skill they learned. They're not guessing. Their whole concept of following is to wait for a signal, a turn, a lead, and to execute that turn. That's the skill of following. So women who are really good dancers, they're like, I barely know how to follow. The only reason I know how to follow a little bit is because I had to teach the female part. And it's a completely different skill set, completely different mindset. So women, unless they know how to teach men's, are ambidextrous in that way. Most follows would just stand there and like, well, I'm waiting. And that's a good sign because you didn't lead. But you get these girls, like, they're beginners. They default to that female setting and they just turn. And I've had that. I've not commonly, but I've had 2 girls I've walked off the floor where I would, I'm like, do you know how to dance? Yeah, I do. And I start dancing and trying, and then they just start turning around and they don't know how to dance. So I've walked off the floor with one girl who did that. Another girl where I turned her in, I switch your hand. She's coming in. Her hand goes up against yours. And that's to stop her, turn it the other way. She didn't follow that correctly. And she's like, you can't do that. You almost hurt my arm. And, oh, no, I'm sorry. I've walked off free now. I followed that. You can't do that. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, got 10 years plus experience. Like, no. And I just walked off the floor from her. And then there was another one where I dipped the girl and she freaked out. I'm like, okay, done. And that was more recently. That was over in Vegas when there was a salsa dancing thing. And I'm like, okay, all right. Right now, you are the most sought after female in this room because I'm dancing and displaying you. I know what I'm doing. I dipped you, which is what happens in dancing, and you freak out on me. Done. So I don't know what the current mental state of modern young women are when it comes to dancing. I'll tell you this, the feminism does not help. That's certainly not going to help because the whole idea is feminists lead. It's like, well, not here. You don't. He leads, you follow. It's not inferior, superior. It's 2 people doing very specific and unique jobs that complement one another, like the sexes used to do. But if you want to, nowadays, if I were to teach a class, I'm like, okay, who wants to lead? Who wants to follow? And you have to do it for the whole class. I wouldn't even give a damn. Like, okay, all you girls want to lead? Fine. And all the guys would want to lead? Fine. I guess there's no follows, and I guess dance class is over. We don't get to learn to dance. But knowing a modern American men, they'd be like, okay, I'll follow if it gets the dance class going on. I'll be like, and there I'd like, no, I'm not doing that. You men are, I'd announce that you're all a bunch of pussies. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sick of this crap. Nope, class is over. Go home. Can't believe this. I'm not going to teach. That's why I draw a line. I'm not going to teach a class where all the women lead and the men follow because the men go, oh, just to get the class going. Be like, nope, that's it. Done. So there you go, Pedro. Nonstop, Dre, $2. You're doing a podcast with the great one. No, we're just having dinner. We're busy. A-hole Consulting has caught up a lot. Takes up a lot of time here. Nonstop, Dre, $2. Cappy knows how to follow because his girlfriend. No, I know how to follow because you have to pay a girl to teach the female stuff. Here's how it works. Right? No one goes beyond your basic class. Very few people do. And if they do, they're going to go dancing and go to like a more formal Arthur Murray type of ballroom dance thing. All right. So if you are just doing a group lesson, it pays to spend a couple hours to learn the female's part and the men's part, because then you don't have to pay a woman to show up to demonstrate and do the female, the following. So if you know how to follow in the footwork for the girls, like, okay, here's how it goes, ladies. You double the money. You don't have to pay someone. So that's why I know how to follow just a basic set of moves, and I do know the basic footwork. Francisco Calvillo, $10. Just finished the menu. Hard dose of reality, but much needed. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Here, and now you're going to do everything in that book. Well, not everything, but now you have something to do, right? You have something to look forward to in life, right? Beforehand, I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but beforehand you were kind of meh. And you pick it up. Aren't there some ideas? Do you have something to look forward to today? There you go. Already you're in a better mood. Hmm. Am I caught up? I thought there was a $20 one. Did I for the pie? Oh, I got that one. Yep, I got that one. All right, cool. The Middle East Coast. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.